Hello. What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. We haven't streamed in a bit. We haven't streamed in a while, but I'm glad that everything's coming back into focus now. We got training camp next week, a whole bunch of stuff going on. So probably one of the most exciting off seasons, one of the most exciting training camps coming up next week to see the competition, what's going on. So it should be a lot of fun. So the stream so far for today. So today we're doing a stream. I know it's late. It's 8 o'clock at night. We started the stream Eastern. And then what we're going to do is probably the rest of the week, we're going to do these streams a little bit earlier. So I only did it at night because I was busy throughout the day today. So that's why it's only happening at night right now. We'll do an hour and a half, whatever. And we'll get these things started. And just to talk about competition, talk about some of these players. And it just feels weird because I haven't done this in a while. So, I mean, we've been putting out videos here and there, whenever I can. But it's been a lot of fun. And I appreciate everybody's patience. And obviously, this is a time, the past month and a half, it's been usually a time to go on vacation and do the things you like to do and just take a break from football and get away from football a little bit until things get really busy. And we're all kind of, hoping that, this goes really well. So I'm just making sure the stream is up. But hey, appreciate everybody being around, though. What's going on? Hit the Gritty. We got Bill Roman. What's going on? What's going on? Justin Biller. Jadis Young. What's going on? Albert Hernandez. We got Matt. What's going on? George Burwell. What's going on, dude? Marina Sands. Covey, and it's not even close. Chris Scott says, my brother Joey Shakes, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing good, man. Hope you're having a great day. Jamar says, what did I miss? Nothing, man. We're just, going to talk about, obviously, just what's to come for training camp, competition, stuff like that. I think what the most exciting thing I'm really excited about is Jalen Hurts and how much he's progressed. I know it's not going to show much because it's honestly just training camp and it's preseason, which we know that Jalen Hurts is probably not going to get no playing time in any preseason games this year, but I'm hoping for a good year, man. I'm hoping for a really good year. Hoping. We got Ray Myers. Hey, Joey, long time no. So welcome back. Appreciate it so much, Ray. Chris, what's going on, man? We got Philly halftime. What's going on? Jay Koch, what's going on, boy? Jersey boy, yo, what's up, bro? Season almost here. Go Birds. Definitely, dude. Definitely. It's almost here. It's around the corner, man. Mike, what's going on, man? Micro Ariel with 01. What's going on, dude? Yo, Pole Viper, what's going on, man? Michael Kate said, what up, Joe? You made my evening. Been on the road 12 hours, 4 hours left. Your stream is going to help me push through. Oh, definitely, dude. I appreciate it, and I hope you're not too tired, man. Hope you're not too tired. But, yeah, guys, I'm freaking pumped for next week. I can't wait until we just see this whole thing unveil and see what, obviously I'm going to go offensively real quick because we've seen Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown work out like crazy together and just having a really strong offseason. I've never seen a quarterback work so hard in Jalen Hurts. The mentality is off the charts. I mean, he just has to work all this out, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. His mentality has to match his play. And I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that's what we get come next week. I don't know how much you guys take into the training camp, scrimmages and all that type of stuff. I take a little bit of account into it just to see how his throwing is. Obviously, once they get into full pads, that's when we're going to, see what these guys are all about. And, we'll find out. We'll find out. You know what I mean? Let's see. We got Philly fan 18769. What's going on, man? Jenks Wolf. What's going on? Damian Francisco. What's up, Shakes? Jaden. What's up? What's going on, man? Anthony. So what's good? What's going on, Anthony? How you doing, bro? Chris says 9 more days till camp. It's about to get real. Dude, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, dude. I want to see what we have in this group offensively. I really do. And then when the Miami Dolphins come into town, I think that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a lot better. I mean, we're gonna see some really good competition. I want to see with these undrafted free agents. I want to see Devon Allen and Britton Covey, like you guys were talking about earlier in the chat. There's a lot of competition. I want to see who the fourth running back's going to be. I just want to see everybody. I want to see what goes on. Jinx says 2 months ago. Ron says, oh, how I've missed you, Shakes. I appreciate it, Ron. I'm back, dude. I'm back. We're getting busy now. We're going to get a lot busy now. So Jinx Wolf says my birthday is next week on Tuesday. Well, bro, we'll probably be streaming by then, so definitely happy birthday, man. Definitely. Matt says that vacation last week was definitely refreshing for me. I don't doubt it. When I went on a vacation, I mean, I felt really good. Recharged the batteries a little bit. Mike says, can't believe football season is almost already here. This is going to be fun, a season, hopefully. Yeah, I think it's going to be, dude. I have a good feeling. From the pit of my stomach, and I understand they have to prove it. I understand that, it's now we have the players. Now it's all about the coaching. It's all about these coaches. It's all about these coaches producing these players and all these new pieces, some of these new pieces that we have. So a lot of it's on Nick. A lot of it's on Shane Steichen. A lot of it's on Jonathan Gannon this year, 100%. But most of all, number one is going to be our quarterback. And, this is a contract year. So, yo, Loyalty Houston, what's going on, man? George Burwell says, training camp battle is going to be crazy. Who gets the tight end 2 spot? Who's starting at safety and who wins between Allen and Covey at special teams? So if I had to start this out, tight end 2 spot right now, I don't know, dude. I want to see what that Grant Calcaterra has in store for us. I really do. But Jack Stahl, he really hasn't been that receiving tight end for us. He's mostly a blocking tight end, but I would like to see him in the passing game if we could see him there. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, nah, not going to happen. I mean, it's just they put him in that spot because of how much they were going to be, because of how many receivers they were getting, and they had to at least have 12 receivers that were going to compete. If they didn't even keep him as a receiver this year, then that he's not going to survive as a tight end. I don't even think he has that much speed to even play the tight end position as of right now. Grant Calcaterra, man, don't be surprised if he really shows up. Play with Jalen Hurts, I think, in 2019 at Oklahoma, so it should be fun. Should be fun to watch. Starting safeties, it's going to be Marcus Epps and Anthony Harris. Tart's got a really good chance to start, maybe. If Tart could actually start over Anthony Harris, maybe that's an upgrade. But I think you got good depth. Tart, I know we wanted to, I know we want some other players this year. I know we tried going after Marcus Williams, and I know the whole Jesse Bates thing that's going on right now. I know there's a lot going on with that, but I think they like Marcus Epps, and I've been comfortable with him since last year. He played very solid for us last year, and I'm not a big fan of Anthony Harris so much, but this is a position where I think they're going to put a lot of money into coming next year in 2023, so it should be interesting. Because I have no faith in Kevon Wallace. You have Reed Blankenship, the undrafted free agent, from Duke, see what he could do. So there's going to be a lot to watch at safety as well. And then coming to Allen and Covey for special teams. I've been a fan of Britton Covey for a while and Devon Allen. Devon Allen actually just went to the semifinals for the hurdling, third fastest time, I think, like a month ago when he was in the competition. A guy hasn't played since 2016, never played an NFL snap. He's got a lot of good vision, good speed, and we'll see what he does. But Britton Covey is definitely one of my favorite undrafted guys coming out, the undrafted free agent wide receiver from Utah. And I think Britton Covey is going to bring that, special teams pedigree. But I think he could be that, gadget wide receiver for your offense. And look, I'm not trying to put him in this offense. If Britton Covey makes it, I'm not trying to put him in this offense. I want him to at least do special teams, whether it's kick returns or punt returns or something like that. I don't think they're keeping both of those guys. I think one of them will be signed. I hope one of them rises to the top. I'm hoping for one of those guys to do. If you guys remember, Devon Allen actually got signed to like a 3-year deal, which I was kind of like, a guy never played an NFL snap, hasn't played football since 2016 in Oregon, and he hasn't played an NFL snap, and he's signed a 3-year deal with the Eagles. So obviously the Eagles liked him a lot. Just giving them the chance. So that's, yeah. We got a super chat from Samuel Rowe. Thank you so much. Says, it's all on us fans. No more booing Santa Andrews. Yeah, dude, it's all of us fans. No more booing. Oh, they're going to boo regardless. That's how it is. You got to let these players know if they're not playing up to their full potential, it's not being mean to them. It's the fans telling them that we know they can play better. That's the way it is. That's how I kind of look at it. I don't look at it as putting them down. These guys make millions of dollars. You know what I mean? And we're just fans, and we're just ordinary people just watching the game or going to the game or whatnot. So they got Justin said, "What up? What's going on, Justin? What's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day, man." Miles says, "Joey, did you see Umbrella Man's new look? He put on some weight." Yeah, I heard he put on like 15, 20 pounds or something. Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to for the tight end spot, but he's already slow. I mean, did he get faster? I mean, are we going to see J.J. Arcega-Whiteside go into a preseason game and totally just, face fourth, fifth stringers and totally make the team because of one good play or something like he did last year, which I was so pissed about. I was happy, but I was pissed because I didn't want him to make the team at all. I want Calcaterra or Stahl to be tight end too. I agree. Mike Rare 01 says Covey is an experienced return guy. Allen is probably faster, but totally green. I don't know, dude. I kind of want to see like them do punt returns and kick returns. Covey, I think, could do everything. Devon Allen, I think, will be more of a kick returner. Nina, what's going on? Says, "Hey, Joey, I hope you enjoyed your weekend." It was great. It was awesome. I hope you enjoyed your weekend as well. Bill said 9 freaking days till training camp. It's nuts. It's going to get crazy. Maria says, Tart is the best safety on the team. Jay says, "What up, buddy? Joey the best." I appreciate it so much, Jadis. Chris says, "Don't be surprised if Howie doesn't grab Ebron for the tight end 2 spot. Calcaterra will be our third tight end. Stahl will get cut." Well, what was that for a trade for Ebron? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if they trade for a tight end, if that's the case. I don't know if they do. I mean, obviously it would make sense because he was with the Colts, and obviously Nick Sirianni coached a bunch of tight ends from the Colts the past few years, besides last year, obviously. I heard he benches 500 pounds. Bill said, "I heard Aaron Donald benches like 480. Maria says, "Allen is a track guy that played some football." Damien says, "Do we start Reddick at linebacker, keep Barnett as a starter, or should we most pass rushers out there?" No, I would put him as an edge rusher. I want him exclusively as an edge rusher. We're stacked at linebacker. I understand like they might move him to Sam linebacker if that's the case. But, like, let me tell you something. If this guy doesn't have 10 plus sacks at the end of this year, I'm not blaming Hassan Reddick. I'm blaming Jonathan Gannon for not using these players to their advantage. I want him next to Javon Hargrave. There's no doubt about it. Derek Barnett is not a starting defensive end for this team. Obviously, we rotate guys after a few plays, which I understand that. But Derek Barnett is not starting. We need Hargrave needs help, okay? And I don't trust Barnett starting on that side. I don't. Okay, like the defensive end spot is, Barnett was probably one of the worst moves we did. But let's see if he proves us wrong just for this year. If he at least has one good year, I'll be satisfied to say if he goes after this year, then great. I still think we need to draft a defensive end in the first round, depending on the quarterback situation, all that stuff. If we get to keep our 2 first-round picks in that second, that's a different story, but we'll see. Judge says, "Who's the odd man out at backup cornerback?" The odd man out? I don't know, man. It could be Matt McCain, Kerry Vincent Jr. We got Slay, Bradbury, Maddox, Tay Gowan, Zech McPherson. I think they keep 6. If I want to be, I say 6. Jimmy Moreland is definitely one of the most experienced backups we have, and can play the nickel spot. So I'd say 6. I think Mac McCain, Vincent. I don't think Craig James still on the roster. I don't even know. Because you know what? I don't know what Mario Goodrich is going to do. That guy, they paid him $216,000. They paid Mario Goodrich a lot of money. I would at least try to move some of we have a lot of bodies at corner right now, like Josh Jobe, Mario Goodrich. I would try to move some of these guys at safety. I would have them play corner and safety because we need as much competition at safety as possible. I think they should just add more competition and just kind of play these guys out at that position for a little bit and switch them around. I wouldn't say that Josh Jobe, I think, did play a little tiny bit of safety. I heard from an Alabama, I think. But JT, Joey, what do you think about the running back? Still think it's a solid group, especially with the O-line. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely 100%. Like, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell. I'm excited for Kenneth Gainwell this year. I think Miles Sanders could have over 1,000 yards this year, but he's got to stay healthy. And, obviously I think this offensive line is a huge upgrade, this year. And I think it's going to be a top 3 offensive line. I'm looking for that bruiser back. Like, who's going to be our 4th? Are the Eagles keeping 4 running backs? I think they are. Kennedy Brooks is one I'm kind of looking at. He played with Jalen Hurts in Oklahoma. So I don't know. I mean, he's a bruiser back that can run between the tackles really well. He only runs like a 4.59, but he's got really good vision. So I'm hoping that his patience and vision really stands out when it comes to training camp, when it comes to these preseason games. I mean, I think if Kenny Brooks does not work out, they might go out and sign Jordan Howard if that's the case. So that could happen. Jordan Howard signing could happen. The problem with Jordan Howard is he gets these damn injuries that he's out for weeks. That's like one of the problems I can't stand with him. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to watch that every year. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Let's see. Chris Scott says, people don't realize how good our D-line will be. We have so much depth with really promising young guys. No, I think so, dude. Like, you take defensive end, you look at the depth you have, besides Reddick, you have obviously between Graham and Reddick, you have, Derek Barnett, you have Josh Sweat. I mean, even Kyron Johnson, that 6th-round pick from Kansas, I'm actually really excited for him. I really like that guy a lot. He was, to me, very explosive. I mean, he ran like a 4.38, but I mean, Trevor Penning, he was bullying Trevor Penning at the Senior Bowl this past year. And I mean, he's a little undersized, just a little tiny bit, but his first step is like his quality, it's his get off, which I really do like. So Teron Jackson, flashed a little bit last year, so we'll see what happens. And defensive, for the defensive tackles, Graham, obviously Brandon Graham, he's got to have a good year. This is the last year for Brandon Graham, so that's why I feel like they might lose Barnett. They might lose Brandon Graham. You know what I mean? So we have to weigh in the options here that the Eagles could go after, probably, the top defensive end in that draft next year, since trenches are very important for Howie Roseman. So I like Milton Williams going into his 2nd year. I want to see what he brings to the table. Obviously, Jordan Davis, my favorite pick of the draft. Guys, I wanted Jordan Davis for so long. A lot of people are pissed we gave up too many picks. I get it. I understand that. But I am telling you, Jordan Davis is going to pan out and work out. I totally believe it. So I feel like the depth is great. Fletch play on a contract year. Obviously, 13-14 fully guaranteed this year. So it's going to be fun. See, we got a super chat from George Burwell. Thank you so much, man. He says, starting D-line, Sweat, Hargrave, Fletch, Reddick, 2nd rotation, Graham, Davis, Milton, Barnett. D-line is going to be fresh and scary. Yeah, I feel it is. It is. It really is. As long as we see production from this defensive line, the one thing I'm looking at with this defense right now, the first thing that needs to work immediately as soon as we get to that first game, we need constant pressure. We need constant pressure. There was too many times where even when they blitzed, even when they hardly blitzed, even when they did blitz, we couldn't get through the line at all. Fletcher Cox was probably one of the biggest downfalls for us this past year. I couldn't stand him. I mean, he's been on the downside the past couple years. He got single blocked a million times. I don't care. I understand, he had a big thing with Gannon about him, on screen passes, and I understand that, but when I saw this guy try to get through the line, he just couldn't get through the line. Hargrave, after week 5 of the season, I mean, he was getting double teamed. I mean, and that was it. And Fletch was the weak link, so that's how that went. But appreciate George for the super chat. James, what up? What's going on, James? Harpoon says Milton will work his way up to the starter in 2023. It will be Jordan. And you know what? I don't think he'll be a starter in front of Jordan Davis. I feel like Hargrave is going to get re-signed. I don't think Hargrave is going to become a free agent. I think Javon Hargrave will re-sign and get extended, and the Eagles will actually save like $13 million out of it. So I think he will get extended. I think Davis will be next to Hargrave, and then you have Milton Williams in that 2nd rotation, most likely. Hey, look. if that's the case, then good. I mean, look, if he could start, I mean, if he becomes, this is a 3rd round pick that we were kind of like, we were up and down about that pick. He had that short area quickness, explosiveness coming out of that draft from Louisiana Tech. So we'll see. Yo, James, what's going on? Oh, hold on. Let's see. Tyler Keen Flay, what's going on, man? I like Latavius Murray. He's still free. Yeah, so Latavius Murray. So I know everyone's talking about the guy from the Browns, the running back from the Browns. I always can't remember his name. But Latavius Murray had what? He averaged over 4 yards a carry last year, 6 touchdowns, had over 500 yards. I think Murray would be the perfect option for us right now because you can use him in the passing game. He gets you those short yardage, those really hard yards to get on 1st and 2nd down. But you know what? You're not putting too much on his plate if he's going to be the 4th running back. So we're not putting too much on his plate whatsoever. So I have no problem signing Latavius Murray. I don't think he'll be that expensive at all. Yeah, Kareem Hunt. So yeah, shout out to Sandeep Singh and Jadish Young. Kareem Hunt. I wouldn't trade for Kareem Hunt. I'd go get Latavius Murray. I mean, with this offensive line, I don't see why not. You know what I mean? I don't see why not. James Madalena says, you going to watch the Hall of Fame game? Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it. Philly Halftime says, I think Brandon Graham is going to lose his temper to him, and he's talking about retirement. Well, he was talking about retirement. Then he was talking about, if the Eagles, if he's not with the Eagles after this year, then he's going to go to another team, most likely. And look, I'm not looking for sack numbers. I'm just looking for pressures from him. And that's really it. Help Fletcher Cox out on the inside. The Eagles might have to move on, guys. I mean, as much as we love Brandon Graham, they have to move on. You know what I mean? I feel like they got to go into that draft next year because I don't think they're going to give a contract that, Derek Barnett's on a 2-year deal right now. They can get out of the contract after this year if they really want to. And go in the draft and go get Anderson or get one of those top guys next year if that's what they want to do, depending on the quarterback situation and these 2 first-round picks we have, and obviously how good or bad the Saints do and how high that pick is going to be. Should be interesting. Jason, I have a question. Do I think Howie Roseman isn't done if you had to pick what his last move? His last move is probably for a running back or a safety. Probably one of the two, not both. I say one of the two. Obviously, stuff with Jesse Bates. I mean, Chuck Clark's available if they want to go get him through trade. Trading Jalen Reagor. Obviously, the Ravens contacted the Eagles during the draft for Jalen Reagor in a Chuck Clark trade, and they never pulled the trigger on that. So I think one of the two. Harpoon says Eagles set at strong safety or need a strong safety too. They're kind of not set. You know what I mean? I like Tart, but I don't think Tart could probably get it done, but they need more. They need more bodies. That's why I said, try Mario Goodrich. He's very dynamic. Try Josh Jobe. They have to move more bodies to safety this training camp. They have to move more bodies. No, you're good. You're good, Jadis. You're good, bro. Jay says, what about James Bradbury? James Bradbury hasn't been a Pro Bowler since 2020. Bradbury gave up over 800 yards receiving last year, so he didn't play well. But obviously, the Giants' defense wasn't up to par last year. I think as a number 2, he'll play really well. But I think it's definitely a big upgrade for over Steven Nelson, definitely. And we'll see how he does, man. We'll see how he does. I think he's better in zone than he is at man. So we'll see. Brad says, Joey, did you see the video of the rookie Eagles cooking food competition? Yeah, it was that chopped. Kind of like what they do on Food Network. Let's see here. I want to get to everybody here. Jay Young says, I have a question. If J. John Reagor do bad this preseason, you think they get cut like Travis Fulgham, which for no reason he got cut? Well, Travis Fulgham got cut because he didn't have a good training camp. Even when he got into that 49ers game and balled out for 8 weeks, whatever it was, okay, Travis Fulgham, he didn't have a strong camp even that year. He doesn't have strong camps ever. So he was so quiet. Plus, then he almost got a touchdown that preseason game last year, and he fumbled in the end zone, which didn't help his case either. So it's kind of nerve-wracking. I don't know. I think J-Jaw will get cut. I think he'll definitely get cut. Reagor, I don't think is going to be here. I think Reagor is going to get traded or released. I think he's a big release candidate more than a trade because I think now since the Pones Juice first, his dead cap was like over $3 million. Before the post June 1st, his cap was a little over 3 point something million. Now is 1 point something million for a couple years, so it got spread out. His dead cap is spread out a little bit. So Ezekiel says, Joey the man, what's going on, man? You got Bergang 31. What's going on, bro? Christian, what's going on, man? Welcome back, dude. Nina says, I don't have the Eagles losing until after the bye against Steelers. I actually have them winning the first 6 games until our bye in the 7th week. I think they can win all 6 games. I really do. Yo, Eddie, what's going on, man? Jay says, you think Gainwell has a breakout season? He might. I think he played really well last year. And look, I would like it sucks because I would like them to use Miles Sanders how they use Gainwell. Like I would like them to put Miles Sanders in the passing game, kind of how Doug did it with him in his rookie year in 2019. I love Miles Sanders in the passing game. I don't think they're getting as much out of Miles Sanders as they can get out of him. I think he could do so much better. I think he's a dual threat back. He could do a lot more. But with Kenneth Gainwell, like, does he have some special run skill set? No, he's a very average runner, but his vision's really good. You know, they lined him up in the slot a little bit last year, which I did like. And, you know, he can catch the ball, you know, when he doesn't bobble it a million times like he always did, but he always caught it, though. And he played really well. He always makes the first guy miss 9 out of 10 times. So, I mean, I think he's going to have a big monster year this year. I mean, that was a total steal in the 5th round from Memphis. Total steal. Harwood says 50 days till preseason game. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Marcus, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day. First day of training camp is July 26th. Drew Mix, what's going on, man? He says, hey, Joey, how's it going? You think Jalen is going to get the football to D. Smith and A.J. Brown down the field a lot this year? Can't wait to see Eagles play. No, I feel like they will. And look, I feel like they're going to expand the playbook. It's not just going to be read options. It's not just going to be RPOs. I feel like they have to put some play action in there. He's got to be accurate. He's got to throw to these receivers on stride, man. I mean, you know, last year, like, there was a lot of passes I questioned. Like, you know, he always rolls out to the right. You know, he doesn't mechanically, he just wasn't getting his feet set, or he was throwing off the back foot all the time, or the back of his heel all the time. You know, and unfortunately, like he's got some accuracy issues, not the best arm, but I feel like he works on his accuracy. He could do really well. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're going to see I'm hoping to see a really good year. I'm not saying like, look, 10% better. Does Jalen Hurts play 10% better this year? Is that enough? No, I think he's got to play like 20 to 25% better this year. That's how much he needs to play. You know, he needs to go in stride this year and play really well. So that boy Joe, what's going on, man? He said, what up, Joey? When is training camp? July 26th. Then he says, if Hurts plays poorly through the first 6 weeks, would Sirianni and Howie bench him? Oh, it's a possibility. Yeah, it's a huge possibility. If he plays horrible and sick, yeah, I feel like he'll get benched. I feel like Minshew will be right in there. And I don't want to say that, but it's true. If you're giving me a scenario where Jalen Hurts plays that bad in 6 weeks, yeah, I feel like it might happen. David says they have that guy Stevens from LSU. They drafted 2 years ago you're talking about Jacoby Stevens? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, he's a linebacker / safety. Yeah, he's like a hybrid guy, could play multiple positions. So I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm not putting too much on him going to his second year. I think he got drafted last year, didn't he? Same, so but I doubt he'll be bad. James says, do you think Gannon is the coach that will get the most out of his players? I'm hoping he does, because if he doesn't, he's gone. he's gone. It's over. I'm not going to blame the players that much, just depending on who it is. But if I feel like there's certain things that are just not working, and I know it's Gannon, and I think the one thing that he's got to fix during these games is his adjustments. Offensively and defensively, we didn't adjust till the second half most games. I don't know why Gannon just doesn't, when he fixes something in a game, when you go on to the next game, it's not fixed. It's like we go back to square one and then have to adjust. Back to square one, have to adjust every single game. It's like we're replaying the same thing every single game. Yeah, Gannon's got a lot on his plate right now. Okay? I didn't think they were going to do this much to this defense this year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought free agency was going to be more for offensive guys, and then the draft was going to be full defense. But yeah, they went a lot of defense between free agency and the draft. So he's really got no excuse, man. Measuring Golden Eagles said, wings up, Joey. I looked at the schedule, and they will bench Hurts at least twice this season due to us blowing out the other team. Cryptologist says, I hope Minshew gets to play with his team. He's so much better than Hurts. Then he said, I hope Hurts is the guy, but my gut says he's not. Hey, I respect the opinion, bro. I respect it. You know, like, I get it. Dude, I totally get it. I get why you say that. Look, I hope he works out. Like, I want him to be our guy. Like, trust me, like, if he takes that big step forward, and I've said this in so many videos, like I'm repeating myself at this point. If he takes a big step forward, let me tell you something. Like man, if this team wins the division, wins a playoff game, or more than that this year, you could be Super Bowl contenders next year. Like, I'm not even trying to I'm not trying to hype them up, but if he plays well, look out. Mark said, Miles Sanders stays healthy, he's going to have a monster year. I think he will. I think he'll have over 1,000 yards if he stays healthy. Let's see here. Jace Young says, a few weeks ago, it was rumors that if Rager doesn't get cut or traded by week 2, it's going to be a problem. Well, who said that? I don't think Rager it's already enough. Rager's not going to compete with these receivers that we have now, okay? But now you brought in Britton Covey, and you have Greg Ward, and you have Devon Allen now for special teams. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's any room for him. I mean, this guy can't even contribute on special teams. He has messed up games, and it's just not only from being a receiver, but being a return specialist. It's just ridiculous. Zaire says, I'm super excited. The most I've been in a minute, dude. Dude, me and you both. Mark said, I like Gainwell, but he's not explosive. No, I like I said, like I don't think Gainwell's explosive at all. Like, I think he's a very average runner, but he gets you yards. You know what I mean? Like, he's productive. You know what I mean? As long as that's the case, then great. You have him for another 3 years. You know what I mean? So. Nia said, Devon Allen just ran second in semifinals. Dude is fast, 13.09. That is nuts. That is nuts. I know it's just hurdling, but man, the guy could. I'm telling you, man, I'm rooting for one of these. I'm rooting for one of these two in Britton Covey and Devon Allen. I'm rooting for one of these two guys. There's no doubt about it. Jane said, hey, Joey, my neighbor Two Finger Louie said he loves the channel but needs more mentions of the Umbrella Man. Says he will catch 5 touchdowns. Nah, not this year, bro. Not this year. Yo, Rock the Artist, what's going on, man? He says, I cannot wait. Jay says, how many sacks does Jordan Davis have? I think 4 to 6 sacks. Yeah, I think that's, you know what, for his first year, I think 4 to 6. You know what I mean? I said, I'd say that. I think that's fair to say. Vinny says, Boston Scott is better than Gainwell. Well, Boston Scott is a whole different running back. I mean, he's a Darren Sproles 2.0. He's got a big lower body. He's got that sneaky speed towards him. I mean, they're definitely night and day. So, yeah. I think Boston Scott brings a little bit more to the table if they use him the right way. I guess it would make more sense. Mike says, do you think the Saints pick can be a top 5? If you think about it, Sean Payton retired. Winston can throw 30 touchdowns and interceptions. Kamara, it might be out 6 games. Their defense is the only good thing. Yeah, heard all that stuff. Not having the head coach, not having Kamara for 6 games. Jameson Winston, obviously the receiving core is really good. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that offense runs through Kamara, though. And with Sean Payton not there, I don't think it's going to be top 5. I think you're going to get a top 15 pick. I think it's going to be a top 15. I don't think it might be top 15 or top 20. I don't think it's going to be a top 5 pick. And look, if it is, then great. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I don't think they're going to be they have a really hard schedule. Plus, Baker Mayfield going to the Panthers, I guess, makes a little bit of a bigger difference because I think Baker Mayfield is better than I keep forgetting his damn name. That was the Jets quarterback. But King Wolf says all eyes going to be on A.J. Brown. You're damn right. I want to see what happens. And I feel like with A.J. Brown being on the field, okay, yeah, Sam Darnold. Thank you, Justin Biller. Yeah, Baker Mayfield better than Sam Darnold, by the way. Shout out to you, Justin. I feel like you're going to have the number one corner will be on A.J. Brown. I think as the season goes on, I feel like Devontae Smith is going to get a lot more attention. He's going to have more yards and more catches than A.J. Brown by the end of the year. That's what I think going into it. Tragic says, we feeling Covey or Allen at kick returner? You guys tell me. I like Cup. Look, I haven't seen a lot of Allen, and I don't know what he's going to do because he's never, you know what I mean? I haven't seen enough, you know what I mean? I haven't seen, obviously we haven't seen enough. I mean, it's great speculation to go over both these guys, but I'm rooting for both of them, dude. I'm not really picking one or the other. Brad said, thoughts on Jesse Bates? Yeah, so Jesse Bates not signing his franchise tag, might be holding out for the year. Eagles could swoop in, make a trade, get it done, a second and Andre Dillard, for, Jesse Bates and maybe give him a big contract. I feel like the only position they're going to put a lot of money into from now until next offseason is going to be for a safety. They tried, getting Marcus Williams. I feel like they've been in the market for a safety. They just couldn't get anything done. And they stayed away from getting him, and they were close to that number for Marcus Williams. It was like 5 years, 70 million, something like that. So I feel like something can get done, but I don't know how he's going to pull the trigger right now. See, the one thing I got to say about it is they have to make sure that they can't. If Jesse Bates signs that franchise tag and they trade him, then we can't trade for him. I mean, you can, but then he has to give you the promise that he's going to sign a big deal at the end of the year. On a franchise tag, you can't sign an extension with another team. I don't think you can. So I think that was the same thing when we first tried to get Alshon Jeffrey before 2017. You guys remember he got in trouble for the PED usage, and he was on that franchise tag from the Bears, and we couldn't trade for him. I mean, we could have, but then he would have to give us the promise he was going to sign with us. So, Vinny said A.J. Brown needs to stay healthy. I'm not sure they'll play him at all in preseason. Oh no, probably not. Don't think like a lot of stars are playing in preseason because they're not. As much as I want, the one person I need to play a lot in preseason is Jalen Hurts. And since you only have 3 preseason games, you got to do better than that. Because right now, how I would use Jalen Hurts in preseason is that for the first game, I would at least put him in for a series or 2. Make that second game the dress rehearsal. Play him for a quarter or 2, whatever. And then that third game, just sit him. And now you don't have a 4th game, so you can sit him for a few weeks. So anybody that's banged up can stay right out, and you'll be good to go. Okay, said Joey, interesting comment. Should Hurts, God forbid, get hurt for the season? What do they do? Almost guaranteed they draft QB and move on, right? If he's out for the year, yeah, that I don't know. I mean, how many games is he playing though? You know what I mean? How many games did he play? That might make a difference. How they feel about him even coming off the injury is going to, depending what the injury is, how severe it is. It just depends. But I don't know. If he only plays like maybe 4 games and gets injured and he doesn't, and just say he played okay, didn't play bad, I don't think it's going to be good for him. But I don't say it's going to be guaranteed they draft a QB next year, but we'll see. Sydney Person says, good morning from Sydney, Joey. Any all-around running backs out there? I mean, look, Latavius Murray is out there. I think that's my favorite one that I would try to get, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, we got Chef Nabi. What's going on, man? He says, do you think a Travis Kelce trade would make sense for the Eagles? Could load up and make a run? Yeah, he's going to be he just signed a big contract. So not only they got to take on a big contract, I don't think they want to pay a tight end that much money. They already paid Dallas Goedert, so it makes no sense to trade for a guy of his caliber. You know what I mean? Medicine Regolio says, Hurts got to play like Mike Vick. Pressure is going to be the O-line and running backs. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. All right, let me move down a little bit here. Jay's Young said, questions, how many receivers do we have on this team? Because Rager's probably out there. I mean, it doesn't much. It depends on his training camp. Well, they have 12 receivers right now. going into camp, and then probably they're going to minimize that to 6, 7, maybe 6. I'd say 6 or 7 at least. Jay says, you streaming any games? You'll still go on the Vikings? Yeah, so I'll be streaming every single game this year, and I will be at the Vikings game, which I haven't been to a primetime game in a while, probably a good amount of years. I haven't been to a primetime game. James Everett says, why isn't Minshew considered a starter scout-wise, 40 touchdowns, 10 of his career? Well, it's not because of his stats. I think his stats are really good, and I think when he showed up in 2020 for the Jaguars, and he really took the Jaguars to a whole different level that year, and he wanted to be the starter. I mean, he had a fantastic year. He didn't want the Jaguars to draft a quarterback. He wanted to be the guy. He got upset. So the Eagles traded for him and, got that one win against the Jets and was like, man, like once the quarterback gets that first win, he wants to keep playing. Obviously he didn't keep playing after that, but I think he's definitely a big trade candidate this year. If a quarterback goes down between now and the trade deadline, whether it's still at training camp or preseason, and there's a team looking for a quarterback, I think Minshew has definitely been in those talks. I think he's been on the trade block. I think he's definitely going to be on the trade block if somebody goes down, and I think Minshew could pan out to, I don't think Minshew's going to win you a Super Bowl or anything. I think he'll win you a lot of games. Don't get me wrong. He'll win you a lot of games, but I think there's a lot more to it, but we'll see. Ron says, if you had to choose between Devon Allen and Covey to make the final spot on this team, who are you taking? That's a hard one. I'm going to go with just how much I've watched, and I would say Britton Covey just because he's only played special teams. He's been a receiver, too, in the slot, and he's been on the end arounds and the jet sweeps and stuff like that as a running back. But he's actually thrown the football a couple times, too, surprisingly. But I'd say Covey right now. I'm not saying I don't like Devon Allen. You're just giving me a choice. That's all that is, and I'm giving it to you. James Wilson says, Joey, if you had to project out A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith at the end of the season, who has more touchdowns? I think Smith has more yards and touchdowns at the end of the year. There's no doubt about it. I think A.J. Brown's going to be used for those 50-50 catches, using him in open space with his big body, catching with his frame and getting those big yak yards. But Devontae Smith, it's between him and Dallas Goedert, and even have Quez Watkins in the slot that's going to be on the number 3 cornerback. I think Devontae Smith is going to literally explode this year. I think last year disgusted me. I thought Devontae Smith played well last year for what was given to him in that offense. You know what I mean? For what was given to Devontae Smith, which wasn't his fault at all, I thought he played well. But under 1,000 yards, you could have had 2,000-yard receivers, at least one between 900 to 1,000 and one over 1,000. Quez Watkins should have been close to 1,000 yards last year. I mean, that or over it. I don't even know, but we got the king in the building. We got Philly 500 says, I'm sorry, but I timed out Marina Sands. That's my bad. I don't know Marina Sands. I don't know if I saw that name. Well, you're good, man. It's all good. The Philly Shakedown is definitely, if you guys haven't subscribed to Philly 500, if you guys don't know, obviously, if you've been living under a rock, subscribe to Philly 500. But Philly Shakedown's coming back this week. So we're glad to come back and get all this, get back into the groove of things. Season 2 of the Philly Shakedown. Connorville's topic says, which starting weapon will have the most disappointing season? Disappointing? Oh, a starting weapon. Disappointing season. That's a toughie. Starting weapon. I don't think a receiver is going to be disappointing. I don't know, man. That's a hard one because I don't think starting. I mean, you talk about running backs. I mean, there's really no starter because they kind of complement running backs and kind of sub guys in and out. It'd probably be Boston Scott just because they don't really use them the right way. I don't know. I mean, there's really I don't see a weak spot in this offense. Really, I don't really see a weak spot. So, Jay says I like Covey. I don't know. Devon Allen could have a breakout breakout season because he hasn't been in football since 2016. I don't know. He could pop out since he hasn't played. Yeah, he might. Look, I think you got to get him on the field. Get him on the field and just see what he's got. You know what I mean? Covey's never played in the NFL, and Devon Allen hasn't played in the NFL. So I mean, look, it's a challenge. So Brad writes, is they saying AJ and Smith compare to 80s WF Hart Foundation, Jim Anvil, Naylor Physical, and Brett Hitman Hart Smith technician for the 80s people. Interesting. Chris Scott says Covey is the perfect return guy. His speed, cutting ability, and vision makes him very scary as a returner. The best returners are small with all three attributes I just mentioned. Yeah, Braden Covey is every little crevice on the field, every bit of space that he could find, he hits the space. And he's got some toughness to him, too. He's a little on the light side of 5'7", 5'8", 175 pounds, but he's got some good speed, man. He's cut ability, like you said, is fantastic. There's like over 18 minutes of Britton Covey highlights. You got to watch some of his tape. It's absolutely amazing what he's done. So for Utah, especially. Let's see here. Yeah, shout out to 500, man. I hope you're feeling better too, bro. Hope you're feeling better. Let's see here. Get ready for a shakedown. Yes, buddy. Yes, buddy. James says you watch Better Call Saul. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I can't wait for Monday. I can't wait. Training camp on July 26th. I think what the Eagles should do right now is obviously get these guys in the building, do training camp. Don't worry about trading for anybody yet until we really see what we have, and just give it more time. Just give it more time and see what happens. You know what I mean? Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul. Who do you guys think will have more yards, more receptions, Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown going to this year? Let me know. The top positions I'm excited for, obviously, I think it's going to be tight end to see who plays tight end too. Running backs for that fourth running back spot. I want to see Kyron Johnson, the 6th-round pick out of Kansas, down the defensive end. See how he does against some of our own guys, how fast he is, how his get-off speed is. Safety, obviously, want to see Tart. See if Anthony Harris actually holds that spot if he can. Maybe Kevon Wallace wakes up, plays well. But I doubt that's going to happen. As much as I want it to, I don't think it's going to happen, though. You know what I mean? East Chewing says Smith. So Devontae Smith has more yards and receptions. Eagle says not too many good shows on like Better Call Saul. No, there's no shows like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul related. No, definitely not. Metro McGold Eagle says Smith. I'm actually going to put a poll up for the Britton Covey stuff right now. Let me put a poll up right now real quick. Hold on. All right. So we have a poll up right now. We have a poll. Where is it? All right, we're good now. All right, we got the poll up right now. The poll is up. Jay said, I think Smith only because he's been in the Eagles and A.J. Brown his first year. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Huggy says Deshaun Watson is only getting suspended 6 weeks. What? And Calvin Ridley's getting suspended the whole year for gambling. Come on now. Or the Eagles working on contract extensions for Hargrave. Is that like official? Is that like straight from like the Eagles that they're extending him? I feel like he's going to get an extension. They're gonna save like 10 to 13 million in the process of that deal. It's gonna save them cap. Eric said, I feel like the main position they should worry about is kick return, punt return. Yeah, it might be, dude. Eric, you might be right. You might be right. Sydney says, Covey, Goodrich, Brooks, Karen Johnson, C-Strong, who makes the team? Jace Young says, 500, you think is going to be a special team, Devon Allen or Covey? I don't know. I don't know what 500 thinks about both of those guys. Race, all I can say, I hope is for J-Jaw. His umbrella gets hit by lightning while holding Regular's hand. I'll say Covey because Allen hasn't played in years. Yeah, you're right. And plus, I think isn't Allen older? Isn't he like 26? He's like 26, right? He's 28. I think he's a little bit older. What's Devon Allen's age? He's definitely older. Somebody check that out quick. I don't know who to pick and why, yes or no. You can only pick one. He says, that's what I heard, Joe. I swear, look it up. I got to check that out. Eagle Slayer said, if Watson's only getting spent 6 games, Ridley shouldn't be punished at all. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Oh, that was, for the heart. Oh, okay. I got you. Hilly Gray says, Shake Squad up. Don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown. Appreciate it so much, man. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to the shakedown this week, dude. 27? All right. Yeah, so I knew he was a little bit older because he hasn't played since 2016. So he's a little bit older. I got it. He's in good shape, though. I mean, we know that for a fact. He's in good shape. We don't got to worry about him not being in shape. Brad says, do you still think we AJ if we got Calvin? No. No. I was happy about getting Calvin Ridley because the rumors were the Eagles were trading a 3rd-round pick to the Falcons for Calvin Ridley. The Falcons called the Eagles and said, we can't make the trade. And the Eagles didn't know why until all this news came out about the gambling. So then the Eagles, I give the Falcons respect for that because they could have been total scumbags and traded him here. And I'm so glad. I mean, look, God did something. I don't know what happened. The football gods totally just it happened for a reason, guys. And it happened because A.J. Brown was supposed to become a Philadelphia Eagle. That's what I'm saying. Huggy says, if Taylor goes down, Dean or Taylor? If Taylor goes down? I mean, Dean. Oh, you mean if Edwards goes down, Dean or Taylor? Well, Dean's already going to be. I think Dean's already going to be the middle linebacker. It just depends like on the scheme. If it's a 3-4, 4-3, I think Dean is always going to be there. It might be Dean and Edwards, but if Edwards goes down, it's probably going to be Dean and Taylor. So. Greg says, Joey, who is your sleeper pick this year? I think Gainwell has a great year. My sleeper pick this year for the Philadelphia Eagles is going to be Jordan Davis because I feel like he's going to give us more than we wanted in his rookie year. I feel like he's going to learn a lot I think it felt like he's learned a lot this offseason. He's going to have a very strong training camp. And I don't know how much time he's going to have in preseason. I mean, I would say he's going to get some playing time, most likely, but they're not going to go crazy with him. I think he'll have a really good year because Jonathan Gannon is literally pinning his ears back and letting him attack and be that pass rusher. He's went down in weight. He's probably around 320, maybe 325 to 330 right now. So we'll see. Jay says, so who you were more happy, AJ or Calvin, or wanted AJ? I want AJ. Yeah, but who would have thought they would have traded for AJ Brown during the draft? Well, not during the draft. They got the deal done earlier that day. But all right, James, you have a great night, dude. I hope you have a great night. Bro, our defense stack can't even name all the players that we got. So it is stacked. Kaiser White's another one that linebacker I need to watch out for too, man. Kaiser White was, I mean, apparently he didn't fit the scheme for the Chargers going into this year. I mean, that was why they didn't re-sign him. I don't believe that. They wanted him back. Hug said it's funny how we missed out on Williams. Really, Chris Godwin still got 8. Dude, it's insane. Yeah, well, Chris Godwin, I didn't think he was coming here. He was coming off an ACL. I thought he was going to go back to Tampa anyway, so I really wasn't high on Chris Godwin coming here. Chris Carlisi, what's going on, man? He says, imagine Covey returning a kick and he gets a lane and a hurdles a dude for a touchdown. Going to be odd, dude. I can't wait. All right, Gritty, I'll see you later, man. Ben says, hope all is well, Shakes. You are. I appreciate it so much, Ben. Thank you so much, man. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Do you think Quez only because people are sleeping on him in the third? Yeah. That's probably my second. That's probably my second. I totally forgot about Quez Watkins. Yeah, Quez Watkins, like the yardage he got last year should be the yardage he will get this year, but it should be a little bit. I mean, he might get more. I mean, if A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, I mean, it just depends. If A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith get a lot of attention and Quez is on the number 3 cornerback, I mean, he should play really well. Quez has really got better every single year. And I was hoping because last preseason he played so well, and I was like, I hope this transcends into the NFL. I hope we're not seeing like just a flash because it's preseason and he's not going to do anything ever. I mean, I was more of a John Hightower fan than a Quez Watkins fan. And some of you guys are telling me, just wait. If Quez Watkins gets his chance, he's going to explode. Just watch. And it ain't my words. So it ain't my words. Eric says, my sleeper is Pascal. That's an interesting one. Because I think Pascal, like when we first signed him during free agency, and we signed him for like $1.1 million, and obviously that was, Nick Sirianni's pet because his first year with Nick, he was a number 3 or a number 4, and then he moved up because of injuries the next 2 years, those 2 years playing for Nick. You know what I mean? So he went from a number 3 to a number 4 receiver to like a number 3 to a number 2, and then the year after, he was pretty much a number 1 to a number 2, and he was lined up as a starter regardless. But I think it was a good signing. At the time, it was a good signing, but that couldn't be the signing. Like, don't tell me that's the veteran receiver you guys wanted and for $1.1 million for the year, because that would have been ridiculous. You know what I mean? Oh, red zone. Oh, yeah, 100%, dude. I think he's going to be good in red zone. Watch film on Pascal. Okay. He reminds me of Zach Ertz when he breaks on his route. He's very quick, very dynamic coming off of his route. Really, really nice. Really fast, big body, could play outside, inside. So you can move him around as well. Jane Williams says, Joey, in honor of the offseason, give me your best wild take. Okay. The Eagles trade a second and Andre Dillard to the Bengals to acquire Jesse Bates on a big 5-year deal to be the new safety and future Philadelphia Eagles safety. That's a take. That's a big take. That's a big hot take for me right now. So Joe said, Joey, with all the players we got on defense, how confident are you again in the schemes? I don't feel good. I'm going to be honest. I don't feel great with him, but hopefully he learned. And I understand that he said, we're doing the same thing we did last year. He's just saying that, guy. So anything the coaches say, you got to take with a grain of salt because they're not going to give away what they're doing offensively or defensively. So you guys have to kind of be real with that. All right, Husky, I'll see you later, man. Hope you have a fantastic night. Chris says, Joey, if Covey goes off as a return man, you think he would get a shot at wide receiver? I mean, I don't think he'll be a starter. I think he could be that. he could be that gadget wide receiver. They'll use him on certain plays or something like that because he's got that dynamic ability with his legs, and he's just really fast and he's small. He's like I said, he's 5'7", 175 pounds. So you can use him on slants, on go routes. You can use him on jet sweeps, end arounds, screen passes. You can do whatever you want with him. I think he could be something like that. I don't think he'll ever become a starter. A backup maybe, if he does well enough for himself. So we'll see. Great said, Doubt Hurts completes 350 passes, 175 to HB and Smith, 75 to Guy, 100 spread across the Watkins, Pascal, running back, tight ends. Jay says, time to tell when football comes back. Either Covey or Allen is put at special teams. How many kick return touchdowns? Interesting. You know what? And I love it because all you guys are just talking about special teams because I'm really happy that everybody's really high on this team right now until, things don't go our way and we're going to be really pissed off. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. I totally will get it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Philadelphia Eagles 2017. Devon Allen definitely going to make the team. Jay says, Chris, yeah, you took my question. How dare you? I was going to ask that question. KOLC says, Covey equals Cole Beasley. Interesting. Drew says, good night, Joey. Love your show. Thank you so much, Drew. I hope you have a fantastic day, man. A good night, I should say. Eric says, I feel like Rager will be here for the season for depth. I don't. I feel like between now and preseason, he's going to get traded or released. I feel like it's going to happen. Gravy says, Joey, if they have a terrible season, what is the main reason? Coaching, Jalen Hurts, and coaching. Pretty much. Nick, Shane, our offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen, Jonathan Gannon, and Jalen Hurts. I think that's going to be our main reasons why we failed this year. I think that's the truth. Eric says has no trade value. Who, Dillard has no trade value? I think he does. Right now, I think he does. Jalen and coaches, yeah, 100%. And he said, which NFL team do you think will shock people and which will disappoint? Shock? Oh, man. Shock. I think the Jaguars might actually make some noise this year. I think the Jags might actually make some noise this year. I got a good feeling. I understand Trevor Lawrence has got some weapons now. Dougie P's over there now. I think they add good weapons for him. I think defensively they need, a little bit more work, but I think that'll be a surprising team that plays really well. Disappointing. Disappoint? I don't know. I think the Broncos, I think Denver will disappoint. Isn't what's his face not playing anymore? Isn't what's his face got in trouble? Aren't they missing a receiver now? I'm not sure. But definitely I think the Jags are going to start to rise up a little bit this year. If you want to just talk about disappointing teams, I mean, obviously the Falcons, Bears, the Giants. There's plenty of teams out there. I think the Raiders. The Raiders might. I think the Raiders are too hyped up this year, but I understand. I just Derek Carr can get the ball around. The Packers might be a team that maybe think now with not having Adams on the team now. But we'll see. We'll see. KOLC says trade Rager for a pack of crackers and an Arizona iced tea. Jay says if Nick has a terrible season with the team, you think they'd get rid of him that quickly? No, I don't think so. I think they'd fire the offensive coordinator before anything. 100%. Because that's not Howie's fault. Okay, Nick hired his own coaching staff. Okay, Jeffrey Lurie and Howie hired Nick. Nick Sirianni hired his own coaching staff. Philadelphia Eagles 2017. I think Rager will be cut or he's not going to see the field. Yeah, not here. I feel like he's going to get released. or traded, but I think more of a release. Because I think we sweep the NFC East of all, just saying, Metro Golden Eagles says Slim Reaper going to burn everyone. He's a specimen, Spider-Man like he is. Oh, Gravy says, I think we're having our first baby tomorrow. So nervous. I need to get her Eagles onesie. Oh, dude, congrats, man. Let me know when it happens. Let me know when it happens, dude. Yeah, Judy. I thought Judy got in trouble or something earlier this season. The Bucks might be a big disappointment. Interesting. I think the Jets will disappoint again. Yeah. I live in New York, so I always have Jet. I know a lot of Jet fans, and they're excited every single year. But the Jets are the Jets. I don't think the Jets are going to have a good year. I really don't. Jay said the Bears have no choice this season. They will be the Lions of the season 1-16. I think they just got N'Keal Harry in a trade. They trade for N'Keal Harry from the Patriots. Followed by disappointment. I'll just keep picking the Cowboys. Hargrave says, I think that the Chiefs disappoint and the Commanders surprise people. Commanders is definitely a team to look out for. As much as like Carson Wentz is the quarterback over there, he's gonna play very well over there. And I think, and look, if he stays, and that's only if he stays healthy, you know what I mean? So I feel like you have Curtis Samuel coming back off injury, which is big. You know, Terry McLaurin just got that big deal. You know, you have Jahan Dotson now, which I thought it was a little bit of a reach, but still a really good receiver. I feel like they're stacked at running back. They have a great offensive line. I think he's going to play really well. I think that's why it's always between the Eagles and Cowboys. But you got to watch out for Washington because we have them, week 3 or week 2? I forgot when we have them first in Washington. Then they come to Philly on Monday night, which is great. So I feel like we'll have something there. Brian says, I really have a tough time understanding Jalen's arm strength. And they want to remember Montana. He's going to take the leap. Jets are dead. Yeah, from what I remember from like Montana is like he didn't have a great arm at all. He had really good – he had to develop really good accuracy. You know what I mean? So that's what I heard because obviously I wasn't alive at that damn time. So, yeah. Oh, man. Who's excited for next week, bro? I'm so excited. So excited for next week. Let's see. Melvin Mumford says Brooks is better than Howard. Really? That's an interesting one. Brooks is better than Howard. Shit. You know what? With Kennedy Brooks, I don't know. Like, until he plays, I don't know. I know what he brings to the table from college, but to the NFL, I don't know what he's going to do. Jordan Howard might be an option. Might be a very cheap option for them. But the man he's got to stop getting these injuries when he's out for weeks. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Chavez says, can't wait. Chris says, bold prediction, Buffalo versus Eagles Super Bowl. JP says, my ass is on fire. Why? Why is that? Brett said, I thought training camp starts. No, it might be 26th. It might be 27th. I could be wrong. I might be a day off. Kennedy Brooks. That's his name. Kennedy Brooks. Harpoon Baker says, Chief says, Chief play of the Colts second game of the season. We are going to find out how badly Indy is and how good Chiefs are very quickly. Brian, so I'm afraid someone's will. Carson sinks or swims, especially if this has much to prove. Agreed, Washington's our biggest threat. Yeah, I could probably agree with that. But look, as of right now, like this is the last shot for Carson Wentz to be a starting quarterback. Because really, I think the only reason he got the starting job with the Colts is because of Frank Reich. Without Frank Reich, Carson wouldn't be a starting quarterback. Even after leaving the Eagles, he wouldn't even be a starting quarterback. Did we trade him and get a steal? 100%. We got a first-round pick out of it. Okay. But, you know, the Washington trade, 2 third-round picks? You know what I mean? And they're taking a shot on him. And, look, he didn't play bad. Like, I thought he played, he had, 27 touchdowns, whatever it was, for the Colts last year. But, there was a lot of leadership issues. There was a lot of players saying about his leadership, and he was putting a lot of his faith in God into his leadership. And, a lot of people don't believe in that stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe – I don't know. It was a lot of there was a lot of pullback between the owner and kind of being pissed off at Frank Reich and putting a lot of faith in Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? So I think this is like the last I think this is like the last time. Depending, if Carson Wentz works out or not. We'll see. This is going to be the last rundown for Carson that he's going to be a starting quarterback in the league. If he works out, then great, If Carson Wentz beats the Philadelphia Eagles this year, it's not going to feel good. If we play horrible and Carson totally just destroys us, it's not going to look good. It's not going to look really good at all. Gravy says, which draft pick of ours will be a bust? No way we all three hit, right? 3, Jordan Davis is going to work out. Nakobe Dean is going to work out. Yeah, I think all 3 are going to work out perfect. Cam Jurgens is going to work out. I mean, that pick was handpicked by Kelsey and Howie collaboratively working together to get the next center of the future. And I watched a lot of film on Cam Jurgens, and his footwork and his intensity, it's kind of crazy. It's really kind of crazy. I think 3 of them will work out. I'll say as a safety, I'll say a set 3. Brad says also, is the media allowed to record training camp? As of right now, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're going to do I don't know if – I think they'll be there every day. I think most days they will be there. So, $26. I appreciate it, Brad. Thank you so much, man. Gravy says, Joey, I think you're the only Eagles content creator that isn't pandering on Hurts. Appreciate you keeping it real. We all hope he's the guy, but I'm skeptical. Oh, dude, I'm not going to hype him up or say something so stupid just to, get viewership on YouTube. I feel like that's what a lot of people do, and it's, really annoying. I'm going to be realistic with him. Even in 2020 when Carson Wentz, when we were up 17-0 against Washington and we lost, and Carson Wentz played like crap that game, and I made a video after that first game in 2020 and saying there's something wrong with Carson Wentz. He's not right in the head. There's something wrong, and people attack me for it. I'm not going towards the trend. Yeah, I'll make videos and say I'm excited about Jalen Hurts, but I'm not going to say he's a freaking MVP or you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. It's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. He's only played a year and a half of football. He got better at the end of 2021, but by God means he was not consistent last year. Let's be realistic with it, okay? Jay Jones said, who did we get in undrafted? What's his name? He's a cornerback. Oh, yeah, Mario Goodrich. They paid him the most money. They paid him $216,000. Chris says, Joe, you know where Elmira, New York is? I'm a beer delivery guy there. You need some brews? I definitely need some brews. I think that's a while for me, bro. I know where that is. That's probably 8 or 9 hours away from me, bro. D-Man says, do you think we are set defensive end, or is there a cheap option for depth? No, I think that's it. I don't think they're touching that spot. I think we're good, and look, if certain players have to play more, if Reddick has to play more snaps because of injury, I'm totally fine with it. You know what I mean? I'm totally fine with that. I don't think they add another defensive end at all. Bill says, "Why, Joey? Do you like Cocoa Pebbles?" I do. Chocolate, not the fruit one, though. I don't like the Fruity Pebbles. I'm Alertal says, which games are you going to this year, Joey? I'm just going to the Vikings game. That's it. That is it. We got a super chat from the one and only Philly 500. He says, Hurts has a lot to prove. I'm hopeful he could be the guy, but we have no idea yet. I'm ready to get this thing going. Yeah, dude. That's me and 500 almost think the same way about Jalen Hurts. Yeah, we're excited about Jalen Hurts, but obviously he has some flaws that he needs to figure out. And hopefully with this offseason going into training camp, because there's no doubt in my mind that Jalen Hurts has worked his freaking tail off. We all know that. But come first game, we're going to be very critical. We might be so annoyingly critical, and we don't want to be. We are only critical because we know he could play better. And look, Jalen Hurts' skill set is only going to bring us so far, but can they get something else out of him? That's going to be the question. So, yeah, I totally agree, bro. I totally agree with it. Totally agree. Bill said Cocoa Pebbles are the bomb. Graves, you keep it real too with Hurts. Oh, yeah, dude. He definitely does. We're gonna piss a lot of people off this year. I mean, hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't have to piss anybody off because he'll play really well. But we're gonna piss people off this year. It's gonna happen. We're gonna piss a lot of people off this year. So, JJ, why do you say the Broncos have a bad season? They have Russell Wilson. Yeah, but they don't have Judy, and I don't know. I feel like it's too good to be true. You know, like I think Russell Wilson definitely has a few more years left in him, but I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling about the Broncos this year. It's just an opinion. That's all. Flywells Fly says, yep, living in Nebraska and, of course, being a huge Huskers fan, I would say for the last few years, hope Eagles sees Juergens, the guy, very hard worker, and is a beast that can get to the second level. He can. He can. Bloodshot 44 says, I am fired up for this linebacker core we have. Dude, for talking about before free agency, we were saying that this linebacker core is a big disappointment going into this year if they don't add to it. And they did. Getting Kaiser White, already having TJ Edwards here, drafting Nakobe Dean was a huge steal in the third round. I think they added a lot. You got Davion Taylor that's coming back off injury, and I thought him and TJ Edwards, that was like a really good combination last year before Davion Taylor went down and had to stay down for the rest of the year. So Gravy says favorite player on offense and defense. Favorite player? Oh man, definitely offensively. Devontae Smith's my favorite player offensively. Defensively, I'd probably say Big Play Slay. Yeah, the AFC West is going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. He was there. Our biggest competition will be playing each other in practice. Hey, but that's a good thing, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to make our guys better. The better players you have on your roster, the better your these off-season camps are going to be. You know what I mean? D-Man says, Shakes, how'd you become a Philly fan? I'm from Cali and chose them 30 years ago and was a kid getting old, man. Yeah, it was back in like 2007. I think I was watching the Eagles and Jets, and I think it was like Eagles Jets, and I think I bet against my friends. I guess the Eagles to win the game and stuff, and then I started to like watch them afterwards, and I started to really, I loved how the Eagles logo, and I loved the wings on the helmet, and I just got really intrigued, So I mean, that's pretty much how it happened. Really, something really small of how it happened. Joe, and he says, what up, Joey? A little different without seeing you and your sidekick, the Italian cannoli eating Goomba Flywells Fly. Hashtag Hurts train coming in. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's going to feel really good to get back into the shakedown with Philly 500. So it is different. The streams are very different without 500. He brings light to my life. He brings light to my life. That's what happens. But I'm excited, though. I'm excited. Me and Philly, we got a lot of content coming out this year. So you best be damn sure we're going to be back and ready to go this week. Jaden says, Joe, trust Jalen Reagor will improve this season. I have faith in him. Look, if you do, then great. There'd be nothing more that I would want to see is him just get his head on straight and just play football, man. And I understand the personal things have happened to him in his life. I understand all that, but it's just not working out, man. It's not working out. Oh, shit. Alex says, I'm actually really excited for us to play 3-4 now that we have a personnel. I find it interesting some of the best defenses of the modern era were all 3-4. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, dude. I mean, I love that attack, though. I mean, the Jim Johnson, just pin your ears back and attack the gap. I love it. Even when Jim Schwartz was our coach, too. I mean, just great. R. Gravy says this is our best linebacker core this century if Dean pans out. He will. He will pan out. I hope he does. Brian says our O-line is so good. I predict the top 2 line in football healthy. I totally agree. I think they're a top 3, 100%. Jay said I don't care about the Chiefs. The hard schedule. I don't know if they have a chance since they lost Hill. Yeah, I don't know. Hill was a big difference maker. Rip says, Joey, just curious, what do you do for your job? I work in sanitation. I am a supervisor. I run recycling and porta potty business. So that's what I do. Bloodshot says all-time favorite Eagle B-Dog for me. Reggie is close second. I mean, Randall Cunningham. I mean, I wasn't alive, but Randall Cunningham, I mean, if I was alive to see him, I wish I was, but watching so much on him for years and the way he was just the amazing play ability that he had, I think better than Michael Vick. I think, oh man, when they, I think it was when he got traded to the Vikings or something like that. I think he got traded or they released him. I forgot what happened with him, but Randall Cunningham is just so fun to watch. He says, how's it going? What's going on, Yeet? Greer says, I'm going to tell my kids that shipwreck from American Pie was Zach Wilson. Bill says, Joey, did you play Elden Ring? It's bomb. It's bigger than GTA and Skyrim combined. I don't like those types of games. I've played Dark Souls, and I hate it. Can't stand it. Oh, it says, hey, Joey, I hope all is well. Working night shift and watching the stream. I appreciate it so much, man. Yeah, we're going to be ending really soon. We have 147 in the chat. Thank you so much for the first day of streaming coming back. I do appreciate everybody coming into the stream today. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Definitely check out the memberships, too, in the pinned comment up above because I'm doing a lot of update. I'm doing movie reviews. If you do the Shake Squad Captain tier, I do a lot of movie reviews and stuff I do for my horror channel. I actually upload to this channel, to the memberships as well. So you see some other stuff that I do as well here on this channel. And then updates on my computer build and everything that's going on behind the scenes with that. And just other stuff that comes off the top of my head all season long. So definitely check out the memberships in the pinned comment and in the live chat right now. So definitely check out. If you guys haven't subscribed. You guys are gonna definitely love it. It's a 2022 year for the Philadelphia Eagles, and we'll be streaming every game every week. I'm trying to do these Madden simulations. I might do them during the season instead when the new Madden comes out, and we'll probably do those. So there's a lot. Yeah. My other channel is the Late Night Massacre. That's my other channel. Just type in the space late space night space massacre, and you'll find me. Chris, I meant Covey, but accidentally picked Allen. Gravy says Joey works in sanitation. Ain't Tony Soprano. No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Great show though. I just how about to buy a couple tickets for the open practice July on the 7th. Only about 2.5 hours from the link. It'll be fun to see how it goes. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't been to an open practice, just go. I went to one like a few years ago. So if you haven't been to an open practice, just go. It's fun. Just if it's really hot, kind of sucks. It really sucks when it's too hot. But if it's like a cool day, hopefully it's not as hot. It's nice just to go. It's nice to go. Brian said, Reggie, hands down, Randall and Vic were insane. Joey, the East Coast GOAT, subscribe. It's better than any sport. I appreciate it so much, Brian. I'm not trying to be the best at anything, dude. I'm just trying to just be a fan and just do my thing on here. That's all. That's all it is. Joe said, Mary Poppins and Jalen Nager need to move on and wipe the slate clean. But most impactful new player, in your opinion? I feel like it's going to be Dean. Yeah, it could be Dean. Impactful new player coming in. Oh, man. Impactful new player coming in. Jordan Davis, in my opinion. We got Ribgar says, where in New York you live, Joey? Syracuse, New York here. Thanks for the great content. I actually went to school in Syracuse. I went to Utica College. I actually went to Utica. I went there for a few years. So I used to go to the Syracuse games for free. I used to love going to the Syracuse games to watch some of the games and stuff. After we played our games, I used to go over there and watch the games and stuff. So yeah, I went to college over there. So I'm in Westchester County, if you don't know where Westchester County is. So it's probably from you, it's probably, I don't know, 5-6 hours away, probably. What's going on, Flair? What's going on, man? So I went to open practice last year. Quez cooked his man. Christopher Morris says Jalen Hurts throwing for 4,500 yards with these receivers. Over 4,000 sounds really good. 4,500, I'd say like 41 to 42, but it sounds good, though. Christopher says Jalen Hurts throwing for 4,500 receivers. Brian said that's what makes it great. Truth and humility. That's all it is, man. I'm not trying to be the best at anything. I'm not trying to be anything crazy. I'm just trying to put out content and do what I love doing. It's talking to you guys and obviously putting out videos and just doing this as I love doing it. So soon, an update on my whole setup is going to be totally different. I don't know when it's going to happen. My computer, I'm building a computer right now. It's almost done. I have in the memberships, I actually have videos on like the stuff that I bought, and I've already reviewed some things I bought. I just did a review the other day. So I'm building this. I'm getting a new desk. Everything's going to be new. The lighting, it's going to be very professional setup, and it's going to look really good. All this is going to be gone. I'm literally ripping all this out, and boom, it's going to be. And it's not even like everything's going to look different. Everything's going to look different around here. So it's going to be a change, but it's going to be fun. Here's the Jalen Hurts throwing for 400 yards. Eagles Slayer said I went in 2019 when Wentz threw a bomb to Deshaun Jackson. The crowd erupted. I think that's the one I went. I think that might have been the one I went to. I think it was 2019. Was it Deshaun Jackson? No, it might have not been. I don't remember. I've been to two of them. Where he says, "So are you Charlie Sheen or Emilio? Is there men at work?" The Kelly Green alternate? Nah, it's not. It's gonna be next year, 23. Like I said, I feel like the Reddick pickup isn't being talked about enough. I meant with getting both Davis and Dean in the draft, they're getting a lot of attention, but I think Reddick has a huge... Oh, no, he's got to have 10-plus sacks this year. There's no doubt about it. Reddick needs 10-plus sacks. If Reddick doesn't have 10-plus sacks this year, this guy has 23.5 sacks in 2 seasons. Okay? I'm blaming that on Jonathan Gannon 100%. If Reddick is not even seen on... If Reddick is not even talked about every single week. I'm not even kidding. Judden says Jets have Rodgers. Wilson's my favorite franchise mode right now. Have you played the franchise mode? I haven't. No. Rock said, what happened to Bashir Randall? I haven't seen him in a while. Bashir Randall. Who is Bashir? Why does that name sound so familiar? He's a content creator, right? Oh, he is a content creator. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I don't know, actually. Eagles says I might go again this year whenever it is. Aaron says, weren't teams blitzing the Eagles because they didn't trust Hurts to make check down throws? If Hurts learns to check the ball down, I think he'll have more time in the pocket and look more traditional. Well, yeah, but I think because the passing game didn't work out, I think teams were making us one-dimensional. You know what I mean? I think teams were making us one-dimensional. And plus, I think the blueprint on Jalen Hurts is he couldn't read defenses. I think his decision making was not great. So yeah, I mean he's got to read the field better, and yeah, he's got to check the ball down. He's just got to do it and not run and look, I wanted to be more of a pocket guy this year, and I think he's got to be more of a pocket guy if you want to throw these receivers you have. You can't. And look, I'm not saying I don't like Jalen Hurts running with the football in his hands. Like, I think that's a great plus for this offense, but you don't have to do it all the time. Now with what you have, you don't have to do it. So Rock says I remember. Jay said, I just subbed. I appreciate it so much, man. Eagle says Zach Wilson got that dog in him. Gravy said, would you rather have Freddie Mitchell or Jalen Reagor? I don't know. Neither. Neither. Amber said, I think because they were doubling Goddard and Smitty, he couldn't check down, but now AJ, I think he checks down way better. Oh, yeah, 100%. I agree. I said, if somehow how he can ruffle a few feathers and get Bates for, let's say, Dillard in a second, our defense could be top 5-7. I think our defense is still going to be good this year regardless, but getting Bates, yeah, it's a huge upgrade. Plus, then you'll have Bates and having Epps. And, Anthony, Miller, Anthony Harris, I almost say Anthony Miller. Anthony Harris is on a 1-year deal this year. I felt like they just brought him in back because he knows the guys and he knows the system, and that's really it. I don't think they brought him in because he had a great year last year. I think they brought him in because they didn't want to sign Rodney McLeod. He went to the Colts, and he signed a 1-year deal with the Colts, and he's been hurt. I think McLeod's on the downside of his career right now. Ray said, I asked, please do not wear the white jersey with white pants. I'm tired of us looking like alien tampon. I don't really like. I like the white with the black. Who was it? White with black pants? I forgot what we wore. I thought we saw. Didn't they wear white jerseys with black pants? I totally forgot. Bloodshot says, I feel like we're going to have a top 5 scoring defense, so that will help the ugly days. Yeah, I hope so, man. I don't want Mitchell. No. I mean, either or, it's really bad. So, it's pretty bad. I ain't going to lie. It's pretty bad. Shit. Where are we going? All right, so we've been an hour and 30 minutes. So, I'm actually going to cut the stream right now. 156 in the chat. Thank you so much. So, we're going to stream earlier tomorrow. We're going to be streaming every day this week. So, earlier tomorrow. We're not gonna do a night stream tomorrow, but we'll do earlier. I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I feel like we'll do, we'll probably, no, I can't do it tomorrow. We'll do early stream tomorrow, and then obviously we'll figure out the rest of the week. Our joint practices are with the Miami Dolphins, by the way. Gravy. So we have joint practices with the Dolphins. But guys, if you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on the stream if you guys love this channel and love me. And obviously, having the Philly Shakedown later this week. So we're going to have a lot of content out this week and more videos and stuff like that. So definitely check out all that great stuff. Check out the memberships in the pinned comment as well. Check out all that stuff. If you get the Shake Squad Soldier $2 membership, you get almost everything. You get pretty much everything when it comes to this channel and all the extra content. So I appreciate the welcome back. It's been a while, so it's been nice and refreshing to come back and talk about football and talk the Eagles and stuff like that. So, we'll be back tomorrow, and that's it. So I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys have a fantastic night, and we will see you tomorrow. We'll talk about more of what's to come of this competition. Obviously, give me your questions and stuff like that ready for tomorrow. This way I can answer everything fully. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic night, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys.